Today, what we will be learning is how to select stocks, when to enter into the stock, and when to exit from it. All right. But before we do that, a little bit on what is stock market. We need to understand what is stock market. When we are talking about all these people who enter stock market, no, they are called as market participants,
Okay.
right? Now, these market participants, they are broadly classified into two categories. All
Yeah.
right. Who are these categories? The first category of people, they are very professional people. They are very knowledgeable people.
The
All
big
right.
invest.
Yeah, the big investors, the big biggies. Who are these biggies? What do we call them as? We call them as the institutional people. Have you all heard about FIIs and the DIIs? Foreign institutional investors, domestic institutional investors.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the companies like Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is a financial institution. It is the largest financial institution of the whole world. All
Okay.
right. Any other Nomura, Merrill Lynch, DSP, BlackRock, BNP Paribas. All these are big financial institutions. All right. And domestic institutions like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, LIC is the largest institution in India.
Hmm.
Now, all these all these जिसका जो भी मैंने अभी नाम लिया है, कंपनीज के नाम लिया है, ये सभी कौन है? ये सभी फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस है या बैंक्स है. ऑलराइट. ये सभी बैंक्स और फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस को, they have a department. Okay, in each and every bank there is a department which is called as a treasury department. And what do people in this treasury department do? With the bank's fund, they bring this fund, huge funds, like 1,000, 2,000 crores plus. They bring this amount of money to stock markets. And what do? They buy and sell. They buy and sell shares. They buy and sell shares for trading. They buy and sell shares for investing. Right. So these are the ones who enter into stock market. And why do they enter? What is their objective? To do charity in the stock markets? No,
No.
they are
Okay.
here to be
Full
profitable.
profit.
They are here
Yeah.
to make money. Okay. And on the other side, this is the one category of institutions, market participants. The other category of people like you and me. Okay. Who are you and me? We are
Small
retail people.
investors,
We are
retail.
small investors. We are small traders.
Hmm.
Why small? Because our trade size is very small.
Hmm.
अगर अगर आपको मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल एलएनटी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, तो एज अ ट्रेडर यू कितना शेयर्स आप बाय करोगे एलएनटी के? You will invest, let's say, around 10,000, 20,000 rupees. If
Yeah.
you are if you have some more money, probably you will invest 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh rupees. If you
Hmm.
are a HNI, high net worth individual, so this high net worth individual will invest probably 10 lakh rupees or 20 lakh rupees in LNT.
Hmm. Hmm.
Correct. But
Absolutely.
when a institution like LIC, when this fund manager wants to buy LNT, he will not buy 10, 20 lakh rupees ka investments. He will come with 1,000, 2,000 crores in LNT.
Absolutely.
Right. So understand, if we compare this entire stock market, no, as a deep ocean, then in this deep ocean, we the retail people, we are very small fish. Okay. Generally, how do these retail people, how do they buy and sell? How do they select stocks? See, basically, whether you are an institution or you are a retail people, all right, the idea is, the idea is to answer these three questions only, right? Which stock, when to enter, when to exit. So there are
Exactly.
various methods, there are various ways how people select stocks. So, how do people select stocks? When we are talking about the retail people, how do we generally select stocks? Yeah, we see, you can see the picture is 1,000 words, right? Most of
Yeah.
these retail people, they look at the television channel, the news channels. From there are certain experts who give some recommendations, who give some tips. All right. There are many people who also take tips from their relatives, friends. Those they know, okay, ये हाँ ये तो बहुत सालों से स्टॉक मार्केट में ट्रेड कर रहा है या इन्वेस्टर है, तो उसके पास से कुछ हमको गाइडेंस मिल जाएगा, तो थोड़ा बहुत टिप्स ले लेते हैं. ऑलराइट. So, or probably people subscribe to, tip giving services or advices. So basically, the idea is, and the most of all, the best of all, most of these retail people, they have their brokers. Their brokers, they constantly give recommendations, and basically what they are doing is they are asking their brokers which share to buy or which share to sell. They are asking advices from their brokers. But do you think these institutional people, when they buy and sell shares for themselves, they also buy and sell through their brokers? डू यू थिंक दिस इंस्टीट्यूशनल गाय एलआईसी फंड मैनेजर जो है ना, वो उसका फ्रेंड है जो नोमुरा फंड मैनेजर है, वो उसको पूछेगा भाई तुम कौन सा शेयर बाय कर रहे हो? अच्छा एलएनटी बाय कर रहे हो, चलो मैं भी बाय करता हूँ. विल दे बिहेव लाइक अस?
There
Will
must
they
be an analytical team sitting out there.
will they ask their brokers, tell me which share should I buy? No,
Yeah.
institutions, they instruct their brokers that buy these shares in my account.
Hmm.
How? They do their proper research first. They do their analysis by their own self. Retail people don't do their analysis. They generally do analysis like, आधा अधूरा एनालिसिस करते हैं. अगर कोई कंपनी का टिप मिल गया तो मनी कंट्रोल में जाकर के कोई शेयर में उसका प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट स्टेटमेंट वगैरह को देख लेंगे. अच्छा हाँ, प्रॉफिटेबल कंपनी है, अच्छा डिविडेंड वाला कंपनी है, तो चलो बाय कर लो. इस तरीके से बिहेव करते हैं. But what do institutions do? They do a thorough research, and they are knowledgeable people, and their knowledge is backed by huge money power. Okay, so if we compare the stock market as a deep ocean, then in this deep ocean, retail people, we are very small fish. All right, and who are the institutional people? They are the sharks and the whales of this ocean. Now, just imagine, as a small fish, if we come ahead of this particular shark or a whale, what will happen? The
Yeah,
shark
he'll
will
be
eat
killed.
you up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you will be killed. The shark will eat that small fish up. All right. So, just like that, it is not possible for a small fish to come ahead of this particular shark or a whale. Right. So, if this small fish wants to survive in this ocean, then what does it need to do? It needs to learn how to follow this particular shark. Okay. Now, when I saw this, picture for the first time, मुझे literally ऐसा लगा कि ये जो shark है ना, वो उसके बच्चे के साथ तैर रही है. It seems like that only, no?
Yeah.
Right? But, then when I, read further,
Symbiotic
uh,
relationship between shark and remora.
yes, these are remora fish. Have you heard about remora fish? They are a
Yeah, yeah.
different breed of small fish. They are like, a parasitic fish. They they have learned the art to follow this shark beneath it like a shadow.
Hmm.
You know why? For two purpose. Purpose number one, safety. Now this shark can never attack, beneath it. Okay, so they are safe, or probably a bigger fish. They would never try to attack these remora fish. Right? So these they are safe. And the second reason is when this shark goes for an attack, scraps of small food particles would drop down, and those food particles are enough for these remora fish to survive lavishly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So just like that, my friends, don't you think that, in this stock market, if we learn, how to follow these particular sharks, who are the sharks? The institutions. If we get an evidence that, okay, institutions have started buying this particular stock, can't we also buy that stock and follow the institution people? Can we do that? If we get an
Yeah,
evidence that institutions have started selling the stock, can't we also sell the stock and follow the institution people? Yes
absolutely.
or no? Yeah, makes sense. Because see, day to day life में, हमारे पास हमारा जॉब है, हमारा बिजनेस, खुद का बिजनेस होता है. तो डे टू डे लाइफ में ये पूरा कंपनी का फंडामेंटल रिसर्च रिपोर्ट पढ़ करके हम लोग हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है इतना सारा स्टडी करने के लिए. Yes or no? Because to select a particular stock, it requires a lot of time. Okay, it requires a lot of study. You have to do a fundamental research on that particular stock, which
Absolutely.
at least takes 2 to 3 months minimum. By the time we come to a conclusion कि ये stock बहुत अच्छा है, तब तक तो उसका prices 10 गुना बढ़ चुका होता है.
Hmm.
So what's the use? So the best thing that we can do is we can follow the institution people, because they will never buy a stock blindly. They will do research first, let them buy, and then we will follow. Correct. But the question
Yes.
remains, how will we, you and me, follow them? How will you and me follow them? Are they our friends? Yeah, they will come to you and say, Leena, I am buying Reliance Industries. You also buy behind me. Chalo, follow me, Leena. Are they going to do that? No, right? Even if
No.
any fund manager is your relative, no, that fund manager, the compliance are so strict on him, he can
Yeah.
not disclose what he is buying or selling to anyone outside, right? If SEBI catches him that he is given some insider information to someone else, he will be behind the bars, right? So the question is, how will we find that out? So we will find that out with the help of something called as technical analysis. Yeah, can you see this? We will find that out with the help of something called as charts, my friends. Welcome all of you to the world of technical analysis. Now, Leena, when I saw this particular chart, no, something like this for the very first time, no, almost around 16 years ago, मुझे लिटरली ऐसा लगा, आई एम नॉट किडिंग, मुझे ऐसा ही लगा कि ये किसी बंदे का ईसीजी रिपोर्ट है. लाइंस ऊपर नीचे जा रहे हैं. कैन यू सी दैट? नाउ,
Yeah.
you know, what does an ECG report tell you? ECG report will tell you the status of your heartbeat. Will the ECG report tell you something false? Whatever ECG report tells you, that will be 100% truth. Just like that, this ECG report, this is the ECG report of the stock. This is the heartbeat of this particular stock. What is the name of the stock? You can see over here, it's written. The stock name is Thermax. Yeah. So it's one of a company which is listed in the company. And these lines that go up and down, okay, it tells you where did the prices go. Now, those people who are looking at this chart for the very first time, let me tell you, it is very simple. A chart is nothing but it is a graph paper. We have used a graph paper in our life, in schools or colleges. कहीं तो graph paper हम लोग ने use किया है. ग्राफ पेपर में होता क्या है? हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्स एक्सिस होता है, वर्टिकल वाई एक्सिस होता है. ओके, इन ऑन दिस ग्राफ, हॉरिजॉन्टल में द टाइम गेट्स प्लॉटेड फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट. कैन यू सी दिस? 2016 में, 2017, 2018 and so on and so forth. And on y axis price gets plotted. So if I bring my mouse over here, okay, on this day, 3rd of May 2021, okay, on this 3rd of May, what has happened? Yeah, 3rd of May. Can you see this? 3rd of May, what has happened? Where is the stock price? The stock price was at 1532 rupees. This is what this chart says. And overall, from November onwards, what has happened to the stock price? The stock price from November onwards has increased drastically. Okay, so a little bit about this. Did you understand? This is called as a line chart. Okay, we can have the entire
Okay.
history. ये 2000, कहाँ से है, देखो ये पूरा हिस्ट्री हमारे पास है. 2011 में स्टॉक प्राइस 900 था, फिर नीचे गिर के 370 हुआ, फिर वहां से ऊपर गया, फिर नीचे गया, फिर ऊपर गया, फिर यहाँ पे कोविड का क्रैश ये रहा. देखो, दिसंबर 2019 में स्टॉक प्राइस 1100 रुपया था अप्रोक्सीमेटली, और फिर मार्च 2020 में वो 1100 वाला ऑलमोस्ट आधा हो गया, 660, और फिर वहां से जाकर के 2100 रुपया हो गया. सो दिस इज व्हाट अ चार्ट टेल्स यू. नाउ, व्हाट इज अ चार्ट? बेसिकली, व्हाट इज अ डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ चार्ट? So, it said that, when you are reading a particular chart, you are trying to evaluate, and you are trying to find out, is there any buying or selling opportunities or not? This is the objective of reading the chart. All right. There is a belief that, whatever has happened in the past. Okay. So charts is nothing but we try to read what has happened in the past, and looking at the past, we try to predict what can happen in the future. So how to do that? How to follow the institutions with the help of this particular chart? Institutions ने ये स्टॉक कहाँ पे बाय किया है, कहाँ पे सेल किया है, तो ये कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे? So उसके बारे में, these charts, there are certain, chart patterns. Have you heard about some patterns like, double bottom, head and shoulders, cup and handle? ये सब सुना है थोड़ा बहुत?
Um,
सपोर्ट्स एंड रेजिस्टेंस के बारे में कुछ तो सुना होगा, राइट? So this charts,
Okay.
it has some patterns. These they form certain shapes.
Yeah.
They form. Now this may look like let me just mark it and show you. Yeah, this may look like a saucer to you. Yeah, a
Okay.
kind of a rounding thing. Yeah, it looks like a saucer. Yeah. So something like this, we try to see what is the shape all about. So using these shapes, we try to find out what can happen in the future. Now let me give you a brief idea about it. Uh, there is something called as I just spoke something about double bottom. Yeah. Let me tell you what is a double bottom. Just a second. I hope you can see the screen, right?
Yes. Yes. No problem.
Okay. So BOUBLE, double bottom. Now, double bottom is basically a trend reversal pattern. Now, there are certain patterns. These charts, no, they form certain patterns. Some patterns are called as reversal patterns. Some patterns are called as continuation patterns. Now, simple words, what is reversal pattern? Trend reversal pattern, meaning a trend is, let's say, for example, a downward trend. Then there is some pattern that is formed, and from that, after the completion of this pattern, the downtrend reverses itself to an uptrend. So when these patterns are formed, what do we need to do? Once we identify this pattern on the chart, we can simply buy the stock, assuming that the uptrend will now start. So before the price moves up over here, I'm sure you all want to know, was there a way where we could have bought the stock right here at the bottom? अगर 700-800 रुपए में अगर हम लोग ये स्टॉक बाय कर सकते थे in the month of November, and from that 800 rupees, the stock goes to 2100 rupees, this would be a good return on investment. What do you think? If we
Yeah.
learn,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, kitna return on investment hota? So, 2100. Simple stuff, it's all trading and investing is nothing but a business. तो बिजनेस में क्या है, कितना पैसा लगाया, सामने कितना पैसा मिल रहा है. तो 2100 रुपीज माइनस सपोज 800, मतलब 1300 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट हुआ. 800 रुपीज में अगर आपने स्टॉक बाय किया होता, तो आप अभी 1300 रुपीज के प्रॉफिट पे बैठे होते. 1300 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट मतलब क्या? 1300 रुपीज प्रॉफिट ऑन अ इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ 800, that is 162% return on investment within 1 year. Fantastic ROI. How can we do that? So, in this particular chart, there is something called as a double bottom. It's a trend reversal pattern. Now, let me tell you the rules of this pattern. Okay, what are the rules? कैसे चार्ट पे फॉर्मेशन कैसे आना चाहिए? तो मैं पहले ये व्हाइट बोर्ड पे आपको बताऊंगा, उसके बाद आई विल गिव यू द रियल एग्जांपल. ऑलराइट? Yeah, okay. So now let's say this is a double bottom. The first thing that we want is we want a downward trend. Okay, the trend should be down. All right, trend is down, and after that, what is a downtrend? Downtrend is nothing but a series of lower lows. If you compare, these two lows, the second low is lower than the previous one. Yes, this is a top. This top is a lower top than the previous one. So there is a series of lower tops and lower bottoms. Now after this, if something like this happens, okay, there is another bottom over here. Okay, this is a bottom that is formed. This is another bottom. This is formed. Now compare these two bottoms. They are almost at the same levels. Okay, so that means what has happened right now over here, that prices was falling down, and somewhere over here in this time, prices stopped falling down. Yeah, why did prices stop falling down? Because someone started buying. Someone started buying, and because of that, the supply that was coming in, someone created an equal demand over here, and because of that, the prices stopped falling down. Now, what we will call this as, bottom one. Yeah, इसको हम लोग bottom one बोलेंगे. और इसको हम लोग बॉटम 2 बोलेंगे. सो देयर आर टू बॉटम्स लाइक दिस. अभी ये दो बॉटम के एक बार हम लोग ने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया, उसके बाद करना क्या है? सिंपल स्टफ. ये दो बॉटम के बीच का ये जो टॉप है ना, ये टॉप से एक हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन बना देनी है. इस तरीके से ऐसे हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन बना देनी है. इसको हम लोग बोलेंगे ट्रेंड लाइन. एक ट्रेंड लाइन बोल सकते हैं या हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन, कुछ भी बोलो, एक लाइन बनानी है. अभी एक बार ये लाइन बन गई, उसके बाद all we have to do is we have to wait patiently, let prices break above this trend line. आए समझ में? ये ट्रेंड लाइन को प्राइसेस नीचे से ऊपर आने दो. लेट इट गिव अ ब्रेकआउट. आर यू फॉलोइंग? Yeah. Now once the prices starts coming up over here and crosses this trend line, what does that mean? That means that this double bottom formation is complete. It is a trend reversal pattern. So from here, prices are expected to start a new uptrend. So when this double bottom is complete, when the price breaks above this trend line, the idea is to buy the share over here, expecting that the prices will go up from there on. Clear? Did you understand the simple stuff? I'll give you a
Yeah.
practical example as well, which will give you more clarity on this. Right? But this theory, did you understand? I'm keeping things very simple right now. Okay? Now, let's have a look at this particular stock. All right? Over here itself. Are you all following this? Let me zoom so that you can see nice and clearly. Now tell me
Okay.
right now, the prices are falling down from 1100. The prices are falling down. It is in a downtrend. Yeah, where there are series of lower bottoms over here. You can see this. This is a
Hmm.
bottom that I have marked. This is another bottom that I have marked. ये और एक बॉटम है. मतलब प्राइस कंटिन्यूअसली नीचे जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है. उसके बाद क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पे और भी नीचे जा रहा है, और भी नीचे जा रहा है, नीचे जा रहा है. ओके, यहाँ पे देखो और एक बॉटम यहाँ पे इस तरीके से अच्छा खासा यहाँ पे बॉटम बना दिया. ओके, अभी अभी देखो, अभी नीचे जाना बंद हो गया है. सी दिस ओवर हियर, प्राइसेस वाज गोइंग डाउन. अभी यहाँ पे नीचे जाना बंद हो गया, फ्लैट हो गया पूरा. ओके, थोड़ा सा वहीं पे है, वहीं पे है अभी भी. एंड नाउ लुक एट दिस. नाउ द प्राइसेस स्टार्टेड गोइंग अप, क्रिएटिंग
Hmm.
this as your another bottom over here. Just a second. Here, can you see this bottom? So
Yeah.
we have these two bottoms. Yeah, now compare second bottom to the first bottom over here. It is around at the same levels or slightly higher.
Hmm.
Correct. So in this case, we will call this as our bottom one. Okay, we will call this as our bottom one. Yeah, and we will call this as our bottom two. And between these two bottoms, यहाँ पे ये top दिखाई दे रहा है. This is a top. तो यहाँ पर जा करके what we have to do is we have to draw a horizontal line. यहाँ पे horizontal line बना दी हम लोग ने. 770 रुपीस पे ये horizontal line है.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this becomes almost the buy price that we should aim at.
Yes, right now the share price is at 744. The
Hmm.
prices are here at 744.
Hmm.
Now what we will do is we will wait for prices to cross above 770. Let prices cross above 770. Right now it's still trading sideways only. Okay. Now look at this, 778. Prices has crossed above this. Now एक बार प्राइस ऊपर आ गया तो हमारा यहाँ पे रूल क्या बोलता है? In this double bottom, we will buy over here. Now
Hmm.
look at this. Why did prices come up? If I want to ask this simple question, why did price come up over here? Was it because of a retail people like you and me? We bought few 100, 200 shares. हमारे बैंक की वजह से ये प्राइस ऊपर आया है क्या?
No, probably
नहीं.
the institutional investors.
Institutional investors. Yeah, look at this. This green color bars that you can see over here at the bottom, no? They are
Right.
volume bars, basically. So when the price crossed about it, what happened? The volume was almost around 236,000 shares. 236,000 shares got traded over here on
Okay.
a single day. Who had this 236,000 shares to buy? 2-2.5 लाख शेयर्स कौन बाय कर सकता है यहाँ पे? इतना सारा शेयर,
Absolutely.
700 रुपए वाला स्टॉक, 800 रुपए वाला स्टॉक. Okay, so this has to be some or the other institutions who have started buying in bulk quantity now.
Yeah.
So once they start buying, what do? We also bind behind them and
Hmm.
follow the institutions. So we will buy the stock over here now. So
Hmm.
770 पे अगर आपने ये शेयर बाय किया होता, ये कभी था जून 2020 में. ओके, जून
Hmm.
2020 में 770 पे थर्मैक्स ने बाय सिग्नल दिया था. ओके,
Hmm.
ये बाय करने के बाद प्राइसेस ऑफ कोर्स थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे जाएगा, आगे पीछे जाएगा, लेकिन
Absolutely.
वहां के बाद हैव अ लुक एट इट. You need to have a little bit of patience. और उसके बाद look at this. See again some volumes coming in, prices going up,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, prices are still going sideways. Prices are still going sideways. And now, after a while, look at this. From 770 that we bought over here, okay,
Now
when did
it's
we
still.
buy? We started buying over here, right? And from
Hmm.
there, 896. Okay, we expect there is a trend reversal pattern. ट्रेंड रिवर्सल पैटर्न मतलब क्या? ये जो पूरा डाउन ट्रेंड जो है ना, दिस
Hmm.
एंटायर डाउन ट्रेंड, इट इज सेट टू हैव रिवर्स्ड टू एन अप ट्रेंड. तो एक बार
Hmm.
770 में बाय कर दिया, उसके
Hmm.
बाद इसको पकड़ के रखो. एटलीस्ट यहां तक तो आने दो शेयर प्राइसेस को. कहां तक? 1100 तक. एटलीस्ट वहां तक आने दो. और सी, इमीडिएटली वहीं पे भाग गया.
Hmm.
And if you're still holding this particular stock as a long term investor, yeah, the stock price still went up to 2100.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a double bottom. I'll give you one more example, which will give you some more clarity on that. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's have a look at a well-known stock. ये Thermax, I'm sure बहुत सारे लोगों को मालूम नहीं होगा, लेकिन I'm sure टाटा स्टील सबको मालूम है. टाटा स्टील एक कंपनी है, प्रोमिनेंट ब्लू चिप स्टॉक है.
Absolutely.
एवरीबडी नोज अबाउट टाटा स्टील. टाटा
Hmm.
स्टील में कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी था क्या? लेट्स हैव अ लुक. सो टाटा स्टील का, अगेन आई एम लुकिंग एट अ डेली चार्ट. ऑन दिस डेली चार्ट, हैव अ लुक ओवर हियर. हम लोग ने जो डबल बॉटम जो डिस्कस किया ना, वही
Hmm.
सेम स्टफ यहाँ पे देखते हैं. ओके, वी विल कंपेयर the first bottom over here. We will compare this bottom and we will compare this bottom. Yeah, this is the two major bottoms out here. अगर मैं पूरा चार्ट थोड़ा जूम आउट कर लूं ना, तो आपको लगेगा कि
Hmm.
ये दो दो प्रोमिनेंट बॉटम है, लेकिन नीचे
Hmm.
है, चलेगा, नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, आफ्टर दैट व्हाट हैपेंड? लुक एट दिस. या सो ये जो दो बॉटम है, उसके बीच में व्हाट वी विल ड्रॉ इज, वी विल ड्रॉ अ हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन. Yeah, so 500 say we are waiting for a breakout. And once there is a breakout over here, 500 के ऊपर यहाँ पे breakout आया, look at this, 60 million shares got traded over here. Can you see this volume bar?
Okay. Okay.
60 million shares got traded and then there is a breakout. ये जो दो bottom के बीच का ये जो trend line जो है ना, वहां से. So what to do
Hmm.
over here at 500 rupees? Buy, invest in Tata Steel. Expect that this downtrend is now reversed to an uptrend. So once you
Hmm.
invest in this, look at the share prices from there on. Yeah, from
Hmm.
500, the stock price is trading at 1200 and still going
Hmm.
further. Yep. Similarly, let's have a look at Tata Motors.
Yeah. Please.
I knew, this is
I have
favorite.
no money, and it's rallying today, so it's you must.
हाँ, बट रैली अभी 525 पे आई है, राइट? अभी ये
हाँ.
बॉटम वीकनेस जो है ना, डबल बॉटम ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे आ चुका था.
Okay.
ये पहला बॉटम और ये दूसरा बॉटम.
What
ओके,
was that bottom price? We cannot see. I mean, I cannot read it. It's small.
no, I'm just marking an arrow. I hope you can. I've marked
Okay.
this arrow. This is the first bottom. This is the second bottom.
Okay.
Between these two bottoms, there is this top over here.
Yeah.
So What should we do? We should mark a horizontal
Like
ray
a
over here.
line. Yeah.
Once there is a horizontal ray, wait patiently for prices to come up. Now look at this. When prices breaks above this, look at the volume.
Mm.
300 million shares got traded. 300
So
million.
what is the line that you have drawn? What is the price at which you have drawn the line?
Okay,
Cannot read that.
this price. Okay, this price is 203 rupees.
Oh,
This is
oh, okay.
203 rupees in the month of January 2021.
Oh, okay.
एक साल में टाटा मोटर्स जैसा स्टॉक 200 वाला 500 मोर देन डबल एक साल में और
Hmm.
क्या चाहिए इन्वेस्टर्स को या विद अ सिंपल
Okay.
मेथड विद सिंपल टेक्निक्स अगर ये चार्ट आई लिटरली बिलीव कि अगर ये चार्ट अगर आप पढ़ना सीख लोगे ना इफ यू
Hmm.
लर्न दिस हाउ टू रीड दिस चार्ट थरली बिलीव
Hmm.
मी you will not have to be dependent on any tip giving service or advisors. आपको वो मनी
Okay.
कंट्रोल के फोरम में जाने की या वो एक्सपर्ट को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी कि मैं टाटा
Hmm.
मोटर्स में अभी जाकर के क्या करूं, मैं बाय करूं,
Hmm.
मैं सेल करूं, क्या करूं. यू कैन टेक योर ओन डिसीजंस ऑन योर ओन.
Okay.